I were you, I then we thought
To this latest edition of the Black Hole Podcast. Today, I'm going to talk about the downsides of being a loner. As a loner, all my life, pretty much has been my natural default to if I have to do something, I'm perfectly fine. Actually, I prefer to do it alone, go it alone, experience things alone. And it's been my nature, I suppose, since the very beginning. I remember being in preschool and the other kids playing on the playground together. I had this tree that I would go sit under at the far side of the playground. It was just my nature, I was happy doing that. And it continued into my adulthood to now, many decades later. Naturally, just by default, I'm a loner. And being a loner requires you to have a certain amount of inner strength because it's not easy for you to rely on other people. It's not easy for you to go to other people. So you have to have that strength to deal with things yourself. You have to have that confidence to do things yourself by yourself. And it's a good thing. There's some good things to it, but there's some big downsides to being a loner, because you don't naturally want to go to people or work with people. You don't naturally play well with others often, or you prefer not to play well with others. It can affect you big time in the workplace, relationships. I mean, there's a reason why, I'm almost 40 and, I'm not married. I'm not married, and never want to cohabitate, nothing like that. There's a reason why. It's because naturally I'm a loner. And I think I see some peers of mine, they got hooked up in their early 20s. Some of them worked well, some of them didn't work well. Some, got married, divorced, some just had babies, some still together. Wide range of things happen to people, And being a loner, there are some things good and bad. I think some experiences good or bad that I probably missed out on that you only can experience in that particular time frame. Some things are time sensitive, and I missed out on some things because I was a loner. One of those things is if I had to do it over again, I could have took the plunge a long time ago. I could have started a family much earlier. Maybe it would have been more difficult because I was in a mental space. I wasn't on the same program I am now, but maybe I would have, but I was still the same guy at the core. I could have got my act together way back then. I could have done it. I just didn't want to. I didn't think it was vital because I figure I can do things myself always. It affects you also networking business-wise because you don't want to reach out to get connections. You don't have to grease the wheels, play the game. You don't want to do that. You just want to get things go at your own way, I dabbled, a little more than dabble. I put a few years effort, probably about 3 good years effort into try to be an entrepreneur, I always wanted to be an entrepreneur. I always want to do my own thing, business-wise, But everything I was coming up with, I needed to deal with people to do, and in a way, I felt that held me back because that's not my natural default. Dealing with people, business, networking, that's not my natural default. So that affected it big time. So none of that really bore fruit. I'm trying this way now, the towards creative thing, because that's something that suits my mentality more. So it limits what you can do. It really does. But then on the same end, let's say you want to, like for instance, you want to expand your podcast. You want to start doing interviews. You want to expand your YouTube. There's only so much you can do by yourself. You gotta either consult other people or we got to do something. It takes other people. I mean, you can't just no one's is a island unto themselves. Everyone's interconnected. You got to accept that fact, and to take advantage of interconnectedness, to get ahead, you have to be willing to branch out. And being a loner, it's difficult for you to branch out. Not only, I mean, you might understand the concept of branching out and why you should network, why you should branch out and reach out to others. You understand the concept, but it's just you just don't want to do it at your base. It's like unnatural. It's like telling a fish to climb a tree, and the fish can't climb a tree. So you tell a loner to network, to smooch, to rub elbows. You're telling a loner to do that. It's like telling a fish to climb a tree. It's something that the loner just really can't do, you know. Now the loner does do that. Maybe the loner does learn how to network. Then the loner would have to change themselves greatly. And some people can do that. Some people can't do that. But I think it's best you got the cards you're dealt with, whoever you are, and you're going to be most effective working within the boundaries of who you are and what your capabilities are. Use your energy to learn new capabilities, expand your capabilities when necessary. Because that takes energy to change the core things about yourself. It will take energy. So only do that when necessary. It's best though. It's going to be more natural for you to work within your natural boundaries and try to find happiness or some kind of prosperity in life that way. It's going to be more efficient for you. It's just the downsides of being a loner. Networking, it affects relationships, it affects friendships, and also family. In a way, family and friendships kind of go in the same category because some people, their friends become dear as family. And some people, their family are like I know a few people, their family they're probably their closest friends are what you would call a friend would be their family members. But when you're a loner, you just want that alone time, that alone space. People don't really get that. They don't understand that. Why does he want to be alone? Why does he want to participate? But they don't understand that, okay, for him to be happy, he has to have that alone space. He can't always participate. He'll come to you, and he wants to come to you to interact with you. Group settings are the worst things for loners. And a lot of people don't never understand that. So being a loner, it would a lot of times make you have to be alone actually, and not by choice always, because people, they kind of want you to play by their rules. They kind of want you to be available, and they want to be available. They don't take out time always to understand, like, okay, he's a different kind of guy. I have to interact with him differently. Or it may not be worth their time to do so. They might not want to do so. So they might take it the wrong way. Like, he thinks X, Y, Z about me, or he feels X, Y, Z. No, it's not the case. You're just a loner. Downsides of being a loner is, you're going to be misunderstood a lot. That's one of the big downsides of being a loner. You're going to be misunderstood quite often. And you just have to get accustomed to that, because as long as you're a loner, you're going to be misunderstood. You're going to be alone sometimes, and you have to be strong. Well, that is it for today. If you are listening to this, it's on a few platforms, but like it, share it, do all that. I'm trying to grow it more. I know this is more of a hobby of mine, but just something I do on a spare time between writing, work, things that other things I'm passionate about. But yeah, like it and share it, because I need some more clicks here. I need some more eyes and ears on this. But that's it for today. All right, bye.